Welcome to the Ogre's Den, and welcome to Year 1 in Review. So I've been playing guitar for a year. I got a guitar last Christmas from my wife as a Christmas present, and it was a Les Paul Special 2 from Epiphone. Do not buy these guitars. I'm going to do a separate video on just trying to warn people away from buying those guitars at all. Anything special or from Epiphone, I would just not even consider to give to anybody brand new trying to get into guitar. The thing was so damn frustrating because I got Rocksmith with it for Christmas, and the guitar would drop out of tune halfway through a song, and it would stop. It would stop picking up what I was playing. So that was really frustrating. And with that frustration, probably a month later, I think, even in January, I went out and got a Jackson JS32, which is actually hanging right over my shoulder. It's that guitar right there. So I was so frustrated with the Special 2 that I went out and was playing at Sam Ash, was just trying to figure things out. I was really looking at PRS since Music Is Win is playing all PRS stuff. I didn't really like the neck profiles on it. I might change my opinion on that. I was looking at this blue PRS SE. It was a little bit out of my price range. I had about $300 to spend. It was used at $400, but I didn't really like it. I was trying some other Epiphones, didn't like those. Tried a couple ESPs, and just nothing felt right. And then the guy at Sam Ash said, "Here, try this Charvel." So I took the Charvel, sat down and played it. And I was like, wow, this thing feels amazing. And I looked at the price tag. It's $1,100. Of course, the guy at the store is going to recommend $1,100 guitar. I handed it back. I said, I can't afford this, but what's in that range? And he said, well, take a look at the Jacksons. Here, try this try this Super Strat. So I tried out the JS32 Super Strat. Immediately loved the neck profile, the compound radius neck profile with the thin neck and jumbo frets. Plus the shark fins just look cool. And I've been a Jackson fan ever since. I did get one with a Floyd Rose. Do not get a guitar with a Floyd Rose as your first guitar. Unless you're really committed to this, a Floyd Rose can be super frustrating as well the first time you go to restring it. The guitar stays in tune mostly because of the locking nut and the floating bridge. But when you have to change the strings on a Floyd, it's a pain in the butt. I'll do a separate video on how Floyd Rose works because I couldn't find anything really about that. I saw a lot of videos on how to tune a Floyd, which I've gotten that down to about a 5-minute process, but I was in love with Jackson guitars after that. So after that, I was looking around at Guitar Center. This was probably about March, April. I was looking around at Guitar Center, and they had a Schecter C1 Platinum used with EMG pickups in it. I picked it up at first because it had the EMG pickups in it. And I was playing it. I plugged it into a Blackstar Club HT50 and immediately fell in love with the sound that the active pickups produced, plus the cab. I didn't realize how much impact the cab was making on the sound of the guitar, but it made a real impact. So I took that home. I got a deal on that for $300. The guy at the counter said, "Well, that didn't last long. It had been there for less than a day on the rack." Um, I really wish it had retained the Sustainiac in the neck pickup, but I like both the EMGs. So once I realized how much of impact the cab actually had on the and the amp had on the sound of the guitar, I went on a quest for a new amp. And I wasn't going to do anything cheap. Um, I had a Line 6 Spider 4 that I bought in December off of Craigslist for $60. It was the 120 watt, so it was loud as hell. But I just got the feeling that nothing's right here on that. And then after seeing Glenn Fricker's channel about the Line 6s and then comparing some other stuff, I ultimately decided to get a new amp, and I was going to do an amp and a cab. So I started looking around, and the Boss Katanas had just come out and started getting big, and there was a lot of reviews out on those. I'll do a separate review on the Boss Katana. But I ended up buying the Boss Katana 100 watt head. Obviously, because I bought a head, I needed a cab. And so this was back in June, and I bought a Marshall cab off of Craigslist for $150 from a pawn shop here in town. I have not regretted buying the Katana since I bought the Katana. It takes pedals really well. I'll rave about that in a different video. But I'm 6 months into owning this amp, and I still don't know everything that it does. I've finally dialed in a really good metal tone in it. It's just amazing. It takes pedals really well. So I traded the Spider 4 for this Jackson Randy Rhoads you see right here. I can't point reverse, but it's just hovering over my shoulder here. So I traded it for that off of Craigslist in just a straight swap. I think I got the better end of the deal. It was a little rough when I got it. It looked like some kid had it. It's got a little bit of tip damage to the longer tip, but I was able to repair that pretty quickly. It was also missing the Floyd arm, so I bought an all parts Floyd arm and got that fixed same day. Restrung it. The guy said it would never stay in tune and everything. I restrung it, and it's been a great guitar ever since. That I play that in E standard tuning all the time. Now my Schecter's now in D standard, as well as my Chapman. So then in July, I was back in Guitar Center, and they had a sale going on, and I was really looking for a 7-string, but I didn't want to pay a whole lot for a second 7-string. Most people go with Ibanez's. I see a lot of people starting off with those with a 7-string, but I went in and they had a Jackson 7-string. The JS227 had just come out, which is sitting over here. It's that one right there. But online it was $50 cheaper, and it had the maple neck with the black shark fins that I really liked. So I ordered that off of GuitarCenter.com for $150, and I love that guitar. The only thing I don't like on it is the maple neck and the maple fretboard. So yeah, I won't be buying anything with a maple neck again, and or a maple fretboard. But for $150, I can beat that for a 7-string. It's probably going to turn into a project guitar. It is the special edition because it has the maple neck with the black shark fins. I'm looking at putting Seymour Duncan Invaders in it. And then after that, in August, I was able to, I had always wanted a Chapman Ghost Fret ever since I started looking at guitars online. Always wanted one. The blue one that came out with the first year, oh my God, I still want that blue one. It immediately shot up from $800 to $1,200. So my budget had come into range for a Chapman when the 2017 models came out. I missed the first batch run of the 2017 models, so I pre-ordered from Riff City Guitar the Black Blood. I didn't go with the Pro model. I'm actually still happy that I didn't go with the Pro model. Here's why. So the original thing that was supposed to happen with the standard models on the Chapman guitars was that they were supposed to be bolt-on necks. They are not. They changed from that somewhere in production. I'm not sure when they made that decision, but I was really surprised when it came, and it was a set neck. It is a glued-in set neck. The only thing I'm displeased with on the guitar is that it's nickel frets instead of stainless steel. But oh well, I've got to polish the frets every once in a while. So that's been year one. I can finally play a couple songs all the way through. Like I can play Ghost Square Hammer, I can play some Judas Priest, I can play Sharp Dressed Man, I can play. There's a lot of things now that I can play just 1 year into playing. But that was practicing about 3 to 4 hours a day. Literally when I'm home and there's nothing going on, my son usually sits over here and plays PlayStation 4 and I'm playing guitar. Unless some new game has come out and I want to play that. So usually I'm putting in about 20 hours a week into playing guitar. So I really feel like I've been able to create some efficiencies and try and leap forward as fast as I possibly can in learning guitar. It took about 10 months for music theory to start like clicking in my head on like how things work on the guitar and musically, and some of that's translated over to playing keys. I'll talk about some of that later in another video, but I'm pretty pleased with where I came by myself. All of this is self-taught, just watching videos on YouTube, and I'm pretty pleased with how far I've gotten without instruction. Now I think I'm at a point where I need to play with people who are better than me, at least jam. I'm looking for my first band, but I think I need to get into that space of playing with people live and playing with other people so that I can learn things. Like one of the things I cannot do that I've been looking all over the internet to do is how to do pinch harmonics. I just can't do it for some reason. But that's year one in review. thanks, guys. And I have some more reviews coming up, and hopefully we'll get to play some Destiny 2 together. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. If you want to support this project, head over to Patreon and look up Bob the Ogre. And don't forget to click the subscribe button below. Again, thanks for watching.